Good morning, Stampers. It's Christine from Christine's Stamping Spot. Thanks for joining me the end of March for another Mystery Monday video. So Stampin' Up! Did release their retiring list this past week where some of our favorites, but a number of products are going to be discontinued to make room for our new annual catalog. And so I thought what I might be doing for the next couple videos possibly is maybe featuring some of those retiring products, just in case you want to have sort of a last sneak peek look at it, or maybe there's something you didn't realize that you might still like. So we're going to kind of play around with that the next couple weeks. So today I have chosen one of my favorite stamp sets, which is the Very Versailles stamp set. It is one that is retiring. It has been around for a couple of years, but what I love about it is that it's such a beautiful vintagey kind of stamp for beautiful vintage cards. And you can find it on page 101. It's this stamp set right here of the current catalog. So this is retiring as of, well, while supplies last, basically. Actually until May 2nd, or while supplies last. Our new catalog, I believe, will be going into effect on May the 3rd. So yeah, this one will be in effect until May the 2nd, okay? So the card we are going to be doing today is this one. This was inspired by Jan Clothier, who is a demo in the States, and it's a very simple layout, very simple put together, goes together quite quickly, and it kind of is focused around, when I think of vintage, I think of more sort of crumb cakes, espresso, kind of our neutral palette, and that's what this card is. We're basically only using for cardstock, all we're using is the early espresso and the very vanilla. So let's get started and I'll show you how we're going to put this together. Okay, so we are going to start with a piece of early espresso cardstock. This is 8.5 by 5.5. I'm going to fold that in half. And then we are going to add a piece of the very vanilla. So I have cut one and embossed it. Because it's sort of a vintage, we have used the Parisian Flourish 3D embossing folder. This is also on the retiring list, and it looks like this. It's a 6x6 folder, a 3D folder, so it is quite large, but also some beautiful little swirls in there. So this is retiring, unfortunately, but I thought for this card, this would be really nice on our background. So we are going to attach that. And the vanilla just gives it that little bit of an aged look too over our basic white. So I love the vanilla with this card. Okay, and then we have cut two other pieces of cardstock. I'm just going to put our sample here for a minute. One out of vanilla and one out of the espresso, and these were cut with our stitched rectangle dies. I think you can see the stitching on the end there. So we are first going to do some stamping on this vanilla piece. So with the stamp set, we are going to use this background sort of scripted image first, and then we're going to add some of the leaves, and finally this little sort of medallion type of leafy kind of thing. So starting with the script, I am going to do that in the crumb cake ink. I just want it to be fairly subtle in the background. So I'm just going to ink this up upside down. And there is an upside to this. So you're just going to kind of take a quick look to make sure the script is going the right direction. And then I'm not going to put it on the whole of the piece of paper. I'm going to kind of aim it a little more towards the top. So we'll try to center that and just sort of stamp it up here. So it's kind of a subtle look to it. And then I'm just going to clean this off here. because I need this block for another stamp. So for our leaf images, I'm just going to mount this stamp. So this is a rubber stamp set. It's not photopolymer. And so now we're going to add some of these leaf images. So I'm going to add those in the soft suede. I could use espresso too, but I thought I'm just going to keep it to maybe 2 inks. And so this one, I'm going to add it a couple of times. I'm going to stamp off once just to lighten up some of that ink. And then I'm just going, maybe I'll lighten this up one more time and see how that goes. So we're just going to put this a little more there. Okay, and then we're going to ink it up again. And maybe stamp it off again. And we'll do one. I'm just turning this upside down. Let's do one maybe just up here. And then we'll ink it up one more time, but this time I think I'll stamp it full strength, just so we have a little bit of contrast with these leaves here. Like so. So you've got a couple of lighter ones, some medium ones, and some darker ones. You could add a little bit more if you wanted. I might just add one more dark one over here, like so. Okay, so those are our leaf images, and then we're going to stamp this sort of medallion type of piece. So that I'm going to also do in soft suede, and I think I will leave this full strength this time. I'm just going to put that here towards the bottom, like so. And then I think we're done with our ink because I did pre-stamp our greeting. So the greeting I chose, there's some really nice ones. Have a beautiful day, and I just used the thank you, but always thinking of you is nice because it can make also a lovely sort of, you know, get well card, sympathy card. So a really, really versatile set. Okay, so now we can add this onto our espresso here. And we're just going to sort of center this in the stitching, like so. And then I'm going to add this on our base with some dimensionals. I'm just going to pop this up a little bit. And I've seen this stamp set used in many different colors, like the Pacific Points and the Evening Evergreen. I've seen some lovely cards made with that color palette, some of the Evening Evergreen cardstock. So there's, you know, you don't have to do it just in neutrals. You can certainly play around with the color palette of this for sure, and different backgrounds. Okay, and then I did cut out the thank you, and I cut that out with our Stitched So Sweetly dies. These, unfortunately, are also retiring. They are one of my favorites. I just find there are lots of different options for greetings and things. But I did use this circle here, this smallest circle, to cut out our greeting. And I'm just going to pop that out with a dimensional. I guess I could do 2, maybe 1 or 2. And then we are just going to center this inside that little medallion to cover up that blank space, like so. And then lastly, we are going to add a little bit of bling. So I have pulled out the gilded gems, which are also retiring. Quite often you'll find a number of our embellishments and ribbons will be retiring. These have also been really handy for a number of cards. I thought the gold would look nice on a bit of a vintage card. So I'm just using the smallest of these. They do come in a few different sizes. And also be sure to check out the list, because there are a number of items that are discounted, anywhere from 20 to 50%. So you may find some really good deals with that. So there is our thank you card made with our retiring Very Versailles stamp set. So if you are interested in purchasing any of our retiring products before they disappear, you're welcome to visit my website at christineludwig.stampinup.net. I'm also on Facebook, Pinterest, and YouTube under Christine Stamping Spot, and the host code for March last week to use it is HNXA7ZGS. You're welcome to use that at checkout if you like. And just as a last little spoiler, this is our new catalog. So I can't show you what's inside yet, but this is our beautiful cover and our beautiful backing of the cover. And it does go into effect on May 3rd until May 1st, 2023. So guaranteed to be some really spectacular new products in here as well. So if you would like to reserve a copy, just let me know. It's $5 for a copy of the catalog. I will be placing an order for catalogs as of April 1. So if you are interested in reserving a copy, please just message me here on the Facebook post, or you can also contact me via email if you like as well. All right, so I hope you have a wonderful week, and let's hope for some of that spring weather to come our way. All right, we will see you again next week. Have a great week, everyone. Bye for now.